What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Manny Reacts. Today I'll be reacting to Chloe Bailey on IG Live. And let's get into it. Y'all told me to check this out. If you haven't seen my other reactions to Chloe and Halle's IGs or IG Lives, check them out. They're in my playlist. Let's get into it. Look at her.
Hello.
Looking all cute and adorable.
Hello. How are you doing? Hey guys.
She's just such a breath of fresh air, you know? She's a ray of sunshine.
It's Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. Hi everybody. Hi. I just wanted to log on. Hey MTV. Hello. I just wanted to
That's the business side of Chloe.
log on and just like talk with you guys so you all can like get to know a bit of me more. I tried to like take some pictures today, so that's why I have my makeup done, because usually I don't walk around the house with my makeup done and my edges done. I was like, why would I waste this little face beat? Usually I'm like in sweats and like I just look a hot ass mess. No. But hi, I just wanted to get on.
I love this oversized sweater that she's wearing, and then the black pants match her black hair, and then like there's just a really nice contrast between the pink and black, you know? I like that. Like
talk and hang together, and you guys can like get to know me, like the real me, a bit more. Hey Ashley. So if you guys have like any questions or anything you want to talk about, let me know. Nothing's off limits. Ooh. This is like a little open thing for us.
Okay, that's interesting, but I wonder how this is gonna play out, because she said nothing's off limits, and I know Halle usually reels her in and stops her from saying anything that could be somewhat controversial or out of context, or be taken out of context, of course, because Halle is an overprotective sister, which, like, if you're in the public eye, you should definitely want somebody like that in your corner. But let's see how it plays out.
So I'm really happy you all are here with me, and yeah, so I'm just chilling in my room. You see my little decorative pillows. Thank you guys. And yeah, so let's see what questions you all have. Common? You always open the door. Come on, baby. Hello, Chloe. I'm having a really bad day.
I think I have a chia seed stuck in my tooth.
What advice do you have to make me get over my problems? I'm so sorry, number one. I love you. I would have to say what helps me is prayer. And just like hanging out with my little brother and my godmom. That's what like helps me feel better. And you know, I feel like since we're like on the topic here, so I mean we're all here, I guess, you know. So first I just want to like thank all of you guys for all of your love and support. And I see what everybody is saying, and I appreciate everyone who is sending me love and supporting me and loving me. And I just want to thank you all, because it really means a lot to me. And I know like when we started our Instagrams, Marseille, hey girl.
I love when she like points out, or when she gives a shout out to like the people she actually knows.
We started our Instagrams
just randomly.
It was like something new and different for you guys, and you kind of get to see like the different sides of sister and I. You see how we're the same, and you see how we're different. And I think that's the beautiful thing about it, because our synergy is really out of this world, because you have two completely different individuals and you come together and you're like this. So a lot of times you see what Halle and I are together. So now you kind of get like a bit of insight on who I am as a person. And there's been like a lot of talk and stuff about my Instagram and like my dance videos and stuff. And the funny thing is, the dancing one I did like with the blue light and everything, I did that like 6 months ago.
Oh.
I just shot it in my room because I really, really love to dance. And I feel like it's just, I feel so confident when I get to tap into the sexier side of me, because all the people who know me personally, I'm really like such a nerd, and I'm really to myself, and I'm really, really shy. So it is like, it's honestly, it's taken a lot for me to show the world who I kind of like really am inside.
Is she getting
So
nervous?
that was taken like 6 months ago. And then the one that was posted yesterday, I shot that almost a year and 7 months ago when I was like in North Carolina for a movie.
A year and 7 months ago.
So the thing is, you guys just get to kind of see who I really am as a person. And
I'm just curious about these time frames, but let's see where she takes this. Because 6 months and a year and 7 months, like that's a lot of times to, or a lot of time to just have like videos sitting in your phone and not sharing them with anybody. But I'm wondering if she has a good.
I'm really grateful for you all's support and love, because it just wouldn't be right of me to show an image of me that I'm not, like a made up, clean cut image of me that I'm just not. I'm just inside, I'm such a nerd, and I'm not worldly at all. Like, ask anyone who knows me, they think I'm like 50 years old in the head.
No, she is so modest.
But when I perform and when I make music and when I dance, that's when I get to tap into the sexier side of myself. And that's where I find my confidence. I'm not gonna cry this time, because y'all know I be crying. So it really means a lot to me when I can finally get to a place where I share who I really am. And I've been like really insecure for a long time, and I'm finally like at that place where I have self-confidence. I'm not gonna cry.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And I'm really happy that I get to share that with you all. And I think it's so important and so special when a Black woman can be strong and stand in her power in every single way. You know, I do it musically, with my songwriting, with my producing. I feel so badass. And I get the same feeling when I dance in my room, when I just own who I am and my body. And for so long, I used to think I was like fat, and like I used to hate my stretch marks and my cellulite. I'm not gonna cry. But it's like now I really love who I am. And I don't post what I post for validation from anybody or even male attention. It's just me. And a lot of people who know, like, who's on my like private Instagram, they see like that's how I find my confidence, because it has taken me a lot to appreciate myself and my body. There's been so many times where I felt I wasn't pretty enough, where I have a lot of issues with my weight. So it's a pivotal time for me. I'm just now learning at like 22.
Sorry, I know I'm not giving y'all much of a reaction, but I don't know. This just, for some reason, feels deeply intimate to me. And it's almost as if I'm in the same room with this woman, listening to what she has to say about the things that she's been through, some of the insecurities that she is starting to conquer, and how she's felt like her representation, her image for so long has been controlled and limited to the extent that she doesn't, or for a long time she hasn't felt seen as a full and complex human being that she is. And so I don't know, I just have to listen.
Almost 23, that it's okay to be all that you are and to stand in that power. And I think that's why I'm so appreciative of all of you who've been supporting me. And I'm not going to change who I am. If I did, I would be a catfish and you all wouldn't see the real me.
I love her.
That my family sees, that Halle knows. It's not a shock to her because she know, like, I'm like this all the time. And most of the stuff on my page anyways are like months and months old. But I love you all so much that I want to invite you in and bring you all in and show you who I really, really, truly am. I'm such a nerd inside, but on the outside I love to, like, just even when I dance I just feel really sexy and confident. That's where I get my confidence from. Ever since I was like a little girl, since I was 4, I'd be shaking my butt in front of the TV watching my idol Beyonce. So it's just always been it's just always been a part of me.
And you know, I just heard what she said, like she said that she gets her confidence from like dancing, and that's a wonderful thing. And I think as far as confidence is concerned, you should always have multiple sources that you go to like extract confidence from, right? So if you have skills and talents, things that you're good at, you know, those should be some sources of confidence that you pull from, especially when you're feeling down. With that said, your confidence shouldn't come solely from those things, right? Because over the course of time, certain skills and talents diminish, and the only thing you really have left is like your heart, your mind, and the experiences that you've had. So what I'm trying to say is, regardless of what your skills or talents are, regardless of how pretty or ugly you think you are, or how good or bad you think you are at something, just understand that you are enough and you deserve to be here. Period, point blank. You know, period, point blank. You don't need to look like Beyonce, dress like Beyonce, sing like Beyonce in order to have confidence. That's something that comes from within. You know, it shouldn't be dictated by external stimuli, because when it is, your confidence will always be shaky. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not always going to get the validation and the attention that you look for. So if your confidence is rooted in whether other people have positive or negative things to say about you, to a certain extent, your self-esteem and your self-confidence, your self-image will always be unstable. So if you want to find that medium, if you want to find that middle ground, then I suggest that you look in your mirror every once in a while or every day and tell yourself you're good enough. And it might sound corny, you know, but you are good enough. You are enough. So.
And I think you all are just now seeing it. And a lot of you all who have been showing support, it means so, so, so much. And I think for every woman out there, don't change who you are to make society feel comfortable. And I'm telling myself that's not what I'm going to do. And even when I posted the video yesterday, I was posting it because I was saging and doing Palo Santo, and I was like, let's spread positive vibes. I didn't even really notice you all would talk about my ass, because I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just walking in for 1 second, 2 seconds, you know? And I feel like I've shown my ass more than I have with that. Like, if you look at our performance videos, the last performance we had in December, like, I was just so excited and on stage and just being myself. So I don't know, I just felt it was important to address it so you guys get to kind of get to know who I am more inside. And it's really hard for me to think of myself as a sexual being or an attractive being, quite frankly. So when I see all the uproar about my posts and stuff, I'm a bit confused. Like, I really don't understand, because I've never seen myself in that way or in that light. So I take it as a huge compliment that you all even think of me as a sexual, sexy being. And, you know, it's never, I don't post what I post for people to, I don't post what I post for to get attention.
Yeah.
I don't need that. I am a very spiritual person, and I feel like during quarantine I got really close to God. So even in the lowest moments when I felt like people weren't seeing me, when people weren't paying attention to me, God was. And I've learned I don't need outside attention. You all seeing what I'm posting is just me being me. And yeah, I just hope you can just see who I am, and that's it.
That's right. That's it. That's right. That's it. And that's the point. Good on her, because most people would say, I just hope you guys can see who I am and take me for who I am. And I get the feeling that's what she was getting ready to say, or something along those lines. And then she stopped herself and reminded herself that it really doesn't matter whether or not people take you for who you are, so long as you accept yourself for who you are, you know? But and another thing to recognize is that she makes it clear that she's not necessarily seeking external, like, validation or attention or approval for her looks, and she's also expressing gratitude for the people who give her compliments about how she looks. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a very graceful person to be able to accept a compliment. That's one of the biggest signs of self-confidence, I think. You know, being able to love yourself and appreciate yourself enough to, you know, acknowledge what somebody says when they have something nice to say about you. You know, because a lot of us, not a lot of us, but there are those of us out there who do things to dishonor ourselves, do things to disrespect ourselves. Oftentimes we'll talk down to ourselves. And when other people point out the good things in us, we oftentimes have difficulty accepting it, you know? Like, I used to be that way with compliments too. And to this day, I still struggle to accept them. But I do, because one, I'm appreciative for them. And two, because it's kind of a slap in the face to the person who's paying you that compliment if you just shrug it off, you know? Or your response is something that is self-deprecating. You know, somebody tells you you look pretty and you're like, I didn't even put on my makeup today. Or, man, I'm just, you know, I'm just wearing sweat. Like, they said you look pretty. Accept the compliment, you know? Accept the compliment, because it's not necessarily always about you either. It's about the fact that that person took time out of their day to acknowledge something about you that you perhaps have trouble acknowledging about yourself. So
yeah, someone said, why am I crying? I'm always such a crier. You all know it's not that serious, but
no, it is, you know, it's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, I just felt like I had to speak on it.
That's okay.
And for everyone who doesn't feel like they're beautiful enough, or doesn't feel like they're the type of beauty standard, it's okay. You are beautiful, because I felt that way. I still feel that way. I'm very insecure, quite frankly, but my outlet is music. So when I perform and do music, you all think I'm like the baddest bitch, but no, I'm like, So I just want to thank you all for so much support and all of your love. And I'm excited for you all to kind of see more of who I am and get to know me. And I'm not going to change myself because that wouldn't be fair to me. And yeah, so that's about all. And I'm happy that I'm loving my body now because it's taken me a long time. It's taken me a very long time. And I'm happy you all think nice things about it. But every time I look in the mirror, sometimes that's not what I think. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I just wanted to address that because I saw how do you get out of a funk and how do you get to feel more positive, and that's about it. So everybody, it doesn't matter what people tell you, it doesn't, whatever you're going through, say fuck that. Be yourself completely. I'm gonna be myself completely. I hope you all love and accept me for that. And yeah, so
she's just great. She's so great.
I'm such a crier. It's the cancer in me. I'm such a big baby. It's like music and business. I'm like hardcore, but like, yeah. So with that being said, let's do some questions. Ashley, and that's when Mary had a little lamb. Yeah. I think later this evening, I'm like gonna pull out my Legos and do them because that's how I like feel better. Legos, maternity court, and what else? Food. So, anyways, I hope you all are doing good. I was gonna put a filter on my face, but I'm like, no, I'm just gonna let y'all see me as me. Someone said, have any tips for confidence when dealing, have any tips for confidence when dealing with high school? Ooh. Girl, I was homeschooled.
That's a tough one.
I got homeschooled around second semester, 7th grade, so I have like no street smarts.
Stop. Don't say that. She couldn't be with me, man. I'll stop that shit every time in mid-sentence. Like, don't go there. Don't go there. Don't do that. Don't put yourself down.
I don't really have good comebacks, so I don't really know what to tell you. Confidence, though, I would have to say it takes a lot. I have to literally go in the mirror and just put on music and dance. That's where I find my confidence. Yeah, but I feel like it's different for everybody else, but
yeah.
I don't know about high school because I never went. I was home.
High school is, I mean, it's a weird transitionary point in your life where, you know, you're not quite a full-grown adult who has like all the responsibilities of one and has been essentially thrown to the wolves in society to fend for yourself, and you're not necessarily a kid either, you know, because it's to a point where you've seen lots of things and, you know, you don't necessarily have as much agency as you do when you have your own job, you have your own place to stay. You know, maybe you're taking care of kids. So in high school, you got to remember that people, even the cool kids, like half of them don't even know who they are either. They're just following the rest of them. So high school is really the place to be yourself. And the penalty that comes with being yourself might be costly. You know, you might get made fun of. People might ignore you. You might end up having a very small group of friends. But you'll still be able to, you know, I don't know, be yourself, you know? And you can't necessarily do that if you're always trying to fit in. You're always looking for other people's approval.
But yeah. Let's see.
And that's what a lot of high school is. People trying to fit in and people trying to look for other people's approval. Shit is whack, man. And that's why in the process of trying to fit in, a lot of people forget about their duties, you know? And instead of preparing for the next stage of life, They're more so focused on the social scene, you know, relationships, getting involved with drugs and alcohol, because for the first time they're old enough. No, actually, they're not even old enough, but they're old enough to have access to those things, you know?
Are those your real eyebrows? Okay,
Now, why would you ask a question about her physical appearance, especially about the authenticity of her physical appearance, after she just finished saying that that's something she's insecure about and something that she's still working through? Why would you do something like that? People are just, gross, man. Like, read the fucking room. Read the room. Like, where's your emotional intelligence? Where's your self-awareness? You know? Are your eyebrows real? Like,
please, I never get them waxed.
Don't worry about her
shape,
face.
but I fill them in. I think I do a good job. Check it out. Hold on. This was my makeup before the after the tears. Yeah. How do you get your body so great? It looks so good. Thank you, boo. Well, I think a lot of it's genetics. My mom, she ran track in college, and I see photos, and her body was out of this world. So I can't say it's all working out, because I be slacking on my working out, honestly. Like, I be going in and out. I eat what I want. I tried like the diet thing.
Same.
Didn't work for me. Because the weight never came off. So you just kind of just do what makes you happy. You just kind of, I just have to keep working out.
Yeah.
I just eat what I want. I used to try to do the portion thing, but that's barely. That's if I'm preparing for a photo shoot, I want to look snatched. That's when I'll like take away the bread.
See, I do the opposite, because with me, I'm not super physically active, so I have to be very careful with what I eat. I eat as much as I want, but like today, I just ate a whole bag of popcorn. But today was an exception. I was just feeling impulsive. But usually, I eat kind of healthy, and I eat the same things over and over again because I don't work out a lot. So with me, I pick up love handles, and I get like a lot of fat around my midsection real quick. I got some now because it's like, well, because I just got some. But like, in order to keep that contained, I just eat right. But I eat as much as I want. But I eat right. So I might have me like a pita bread with like, I'll put it on the pan, and I'll throw some feta cheese on it. I'll throw a whole bunch of spinach on it, and and it's all cooked. And I'll throw some like honey on it and a little bit of seasoning and maybe some sliced tomatoes, and then I'll just eat like 3 of those every day, and then other things.
And I'll lessen my portions, but now I'm like, fuck it. I eat what I want to eat. I just work it off. And it's genetics and God. And I'm happy you think it looks great, because I'm just now getting there where I think it looks great. I'm just now getting there where I'm like looking in the mirror and I'm like, ooh, bitch. Because I got cellulite all on my thighs. I got stretch marks. And I used to try to get like those fascia rollers to get the cellulite off my thighs. That barely works. All you do is get bruises. So I got cellulite, stretch marks, all of that.
That's okay.
It don't matter. Just love yourself. Let's see. Have you ever been in love? Hey, shout out to God.
That's deep. Like, are you trying to make this girl cry again?
I have. I'm like the biggest, like, hopeless romantic. I fall very hard.
Oh, that might be a close tie, man, because I'm the same way. I don't fall for anyone, but when I do fall, hard. Like, not obsessive, but I fall pretty hard.
I have been in love. Yeah. I think twice. Twice for real.
Man, I don't know if it was like a codependent type. No, I really loved her. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I loved her. But I knew it wasn't a good situation from the very beginning, so it's one of those things, you know. Not everybody is meant to be together.
Ooh, any tips for good body skin? I feel like I'm like
good
a
body skin
blogger. Okay, I'm gonna tell you my tips, because listen, honeys, we're not gonna have acne on the back of our thighs, because sometimes I get that. No, but let me tell you something. This is what you gotta get. You gotta get the coffee scrub. Get on Amazon. Coffee scrub, and you use it as a exfoliator. And oh, I know what else. Halle, I love you. And I know what else. They have these exfoliation gloves. That has been a game changer for me. Get the exfoliation gloves, and it kind of helps with the appearance of cellulite just a little bit. The gloves, exfoliation gloves, and you rub them on your body, and that's what you just wash yourself with, and it gets rid of any bumps, any acne, anything. It keeps your skin really smooth. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Get some aloe vera gel.
I have some of that.
Get some aloe vera gel. My godmom told me about this. After you have the shower, put the aloe vera gel on, and then put all your oils on. I have like this anti-cellulite oil that I don't really think works, but it smells good. And it's like grapeseed oil and like all 4 other oils. It's all natural, and I put that on. And then I have vitamin E.
That's
an oil.
That sounds like it smells.
And I put that on my stretch marks. They used to be purple, but now they're kind of getting a little lighter. So I think the vitamin E's been working, and it keeps my skin like really smooth. I've been getting a lot of compliments on my skin. I'm like, it's smooth? Well, I'm happy you think that. So that's the tip. I'm probably gonna answer like 2 more, and then I'm gonna go. Do I still have galaxy nails? Yes, it's time for me to get my nails done. See how they've grown out?
Yeah.
Hold on, see that?
That's sort of pretty cute.
These are, my nails are growing kind of fast. Usually I have like gel extensions, but I'm tired of it. So these are my nails, and they're kind of growing fast. So I think I'm gonna get them done again. And I like to get something on the tips and keep the bottom
she has
like,
nice hands.
Clear, so they can grow out and you can't tell.
They look so soft.
I might get like sunflowers next, or butterflies. Okay, one more question, and then that's gonna be it. What's the biggest thing you had to overcome? Honestly, since we're just staying on topic with the theme of today, my mind. Because I overthink, and I always think I'm not good enough.
Same. But
I've had to be like, Chloe, that's not true. So that's the biggest thing I've had to overcome, and I always compare myself. We always do that. I think that's why I had to always take like frequent social media breaks, because you're constantly seeing images and things that are altered and just the best versions of people. Yeah, and you're always comparing the best versions of people to the worst version of yourself, which isn't fair. So I think that's the biggest thing I've had to overcome. I'm still overcoming it every day, constantly. But I gotta say, I'm getting better and better at loving myself and feeling sexier and just being like, you're beautiful, you're strong, all of that. So I think that was the last question for me. I think I'm gonna go, but I'm happy you all hung out with me today. Thank you for just listening to me and getting an insight on who I am and supporting me. There's going to be so much more to come. I'm so excited, and I'm grateful to have you all on this journey. Thank you for holding my sister and I up and always supporting us and just everything. So yeah, I love you all. I'm so grateful for you all. I see all of you who are standing up for me. I thank you. And yeah, so that's me in a nutshell. Okay, so that's all. I'm probably gonna go order some food because that's what I've been thinking about. And yeah. Okay, guys. Bye.
Oh, she is just wonderful. There you go. There's my reaction to Chloe and her Instagram live. If y'all enjoyed this reaction, please comment, like, and subscribe. I will see y'all next time. But until then, be safe, be easy.